Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to my channel, Second Matter, the solution to your math problems. This is Ghana Teacher Licensure Exams, JHS Mathematics, April 2024, Objective Question 43. In a triangle ABC, so let's name our triangle A, B, and then C. Line AB measures 5 centimeters, so from A to B, that is 5 centimeters. Line BC from B to C, that is 8 centimeters, and then line AC from A to C, we have 6 centimeters. Now there is a point P, so P is a point on line AB. So we have a point that is P, which is located on line AB. So that is what we have done. So P is a point on line AB such that line AP is 2 centimeters. So the distance from point A to P measures 2 centimeters. So if line AP measures 2 centimeters, then what is the length of line PB from P to B? So this distance will also measure 3 centimeters. Why 3 centimeters? Remember that line AB measures 5 centimeters. Line AB measures 5 centimeters. So that is what we have done. So now the line through P is parallel to line BC, meets line AC at Q. So there is a line that passes through point P, but this line is parallel to line BC. So if it's parallel to line BC, then it means that they move in the same direction. And again, this line also meets line AC at point Q. So let's illustrate that. So there is a line that passes through point P, and this line is parallel to line BC. Again, this particular line also meets point, it also meets line AC at point Q. So that is what we have done. So what are we supposed to do? We have to calculate line PQ plus line QC. So meaning that you have to find the sum of line PQ and line QC. So PQ plus QC, that is what we are looking for. So to do that, we need to find the length of PQ as well as the length of QC. So now, before we even start with the calculation, how many triangles do we see here? So consider we have two different triangles, a bigger triangle and a smaller triangle. So we are naming the bigger triangle as triangle ABC, ABC. And we are naming the smaller triangle as triangle APQ. APQ. So that is the name of this smaller triangle. Now, what is the relationship between these two triangles, the bigger triangle and the smaller triangle? Consider they are of the same shape. The base of the smaller triangle is parallel to the base of the bigger triangle. So consider these two triangles are similar. They are similar because they are of the same shape, just that one triangle is larger than the other. So we can say that triangle ABC, that is a bigger triangle, is similar to the smaller triangle, which is triangle APQ. And because these two triangles are similar, then it means that the ratio of their corresponding sides must be equal. The ratio of their corresponding sides must be equal. So for now, because we are looking for the length of line PQ, we are going to find the ratio of this side of the triangle to the base of the triangles. So that is the side that we are going to compare. We are going to compare this side of the triangle and then the base of the triangle. Remember, we said that because these two triangles are similar, then it follows that their corresponding sides, or the ratio of their corresponding sides, are also equal. So now let's begin with this side of the triangle. So first of all, we are looking at the ratio of the bigger triangle to the smaller triangle. But again, we're also looking at this side of the triangle. Remember, ratio can also be represented as division. So if I have 5:2, this can also be represented as 5/2. So now let's find the ratio of this side of the triangle. Now the bigger one first. What is the length of the bigger triangle? So the length of the bigger triangle is line AB. So the ratio of line AB to that of the smaller triangle. What is the length of the smaller triangle? Remember, this is the smaller triangle. We are looking at this side. So the length here will be line AP. So that is the ratio of this side of the triangle. So this ratio here must be equal to the ratio of the other side. This time we are looking at the base. So what is the base of the bigger triangle? So the base of the bigger triangle is line BC. And then the base of the smaller triangle is line PQ. So these two ratios must be equal. So now let's do the substitution. What is the length of line AB? Line AB measures 5 centimeters. Line AP measures 2 centimeters. Line BC measures 8 centimeters. And line PQ, that is what we are looking for. So to calculate the length of PQ, we can do the cross multiplication. So 5 times PQ, we have 5 PQ. And then 2 times 8, that is 16. So let me repeat this. So because we are looking for PQ, we can divide both sides by the coefficient of PQ, which is 5. So the 5 will cancel out. So we have, let me get a space here. We have PQ as 16 on 5. But I want us to represent our answer in a decimal form. So 16 divided by 5. We have 3.2. So 3.2 centimeters. So that is the length of line PQ. Let's also look for the length of line QC. Again, because these two triangles are similar, we are going to consider this side of the triangle and then this side of the triangle. And again, their corresponding, or the ratio of their corresponding sides must be equal. The ratio of their corresponding side must also be equal. So let's find the ratio of this side of the triangle. The bigger one. You know that the length here is line line AB. So line AB is 2. So the ratio of the bigger side to the ratio of the smaller side, which is line AP, must be equal to the ratio of the other side of the triangle. So for this side too, let's find the ratio of the bigger side to the smaller side. The bigger side here is line AC. and then the smaller side is line AQ. So now let's do the substitution. What is the length of AB? AB measures 5 centimeters. What is the length of AP? We have 2. The length of AC, we have 6. The length of AQ, we don't know. That is what we are looking for. So let's cross multiply. Okay, so we have 5 multiplying AQ. So this is 5 AQ, and then 2 times 6, that is 12. We are looking for AQ for now. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of AQ on both sides. So the 5 will cancel out, leaving the length of AQ as 12 divided by 5. I wanted the decimal 4. 12 divided by 5, 2.4 centimeters. So that is the length of line AQ. The length of line AQ, that is 2.4 centimeters. But you are looking for the length of line QC. So how do we calculate the length of line QC? Remember that AC, the length of line AC is the sum of 2 lines. So line AQ plus line QC. What is the length of line AC? We have 6 centimeters. The length of line AQ, so we just calculated it. We had 2.4 centimeters. So this plus line QC. Let's make QC the subject. So we have 6 minus 2.4, and this must be called QC. So what is 6 minus 2.4? 6 minus 2.4, I think that is 3.6. So you can see that line QC is equal to 3.6 centimeters. So with this, we can easily evaluate the length of line PQ plus the length of line QC. What is the length of PQ? So PQ, we had 3.2 centimeters. And then the length of QC. QC, we had 3.6 centimeters. So what is 3.2 centimeters plus 3.6 centimeters? So that will be 6.8 centimeters. So we have 6.8 centimeters. So the right answer is option C. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, and share the video.